You know how a lot of churches villainize sex? And we're all familiar with the original sin theory, that Adam and Eve disobeyed God and ate from the tree of knowledge, and before God Sparta kicked us out of heaven, he cursed the serpent. Well, the cult I was in took that to a whole different level. You see, they didn't believe that disobedience was actually the original sin, or eating from an actual tree was the original sin. In their eyes, sex itself was the original sin. See, the way they thought of it was, if Jesus was the tree of life, meaning a physical being, then that means that the tree of knowledge was also a physical being. In this case, the serpent, or the devil. And that when Eve was with the serpent and he beguiled her, what it really meant was he had sex with her. And that is how Cain came about. They also believe that because Eve knew that she was going to get kicked out of heaven, she went and showed sex to Adam. Now Adam, being God's original creation, knew that this was wrong, but he loved Eve so much that he was willing to go ahead and take the hit and leave with her. That sounds like an amazing love story, right? But the truth is, they used it to weaponize the whole ordeal with women. It was women's fault that we were kicked out of paradise. And this, of course, furthered their misogynistic agenda. Now, how did she have sex with the serpent? That's where it gets interesting. My church believed that the reason the serpent had to be cursed to be on its belly without legs is because originally the serpent was the missing link. That meant that it could crossbreed because it could breed with both humans and animals. And the reason you can't find the missing link in nature is because God cursed it and changed the way that it looked to be a serpent or a snake. Additionally, it was the reason they gave for why Cain was hairier and darker, and why their descendants, which by the way leads to racism, were also dark-skinned or hairy. It also explained why there was an age difference between Cain and Abel, as there was a time gap between them, as, Eve gave birth to Cain and then finally had a child of Adam. Sometimes you just can't make this stuff up.